stalker fans must be stopped is something that's been said a lot on YouTube and Twitter over the last year or so, involving a specific type of fan known as a stan. Now, the word stan was originally meant as stalker fan, but it slowly shifted to more meaning super fan than anything else. One of the things that a lot of people point out is that I have a lot of stans. I've seen comment after comment after comment on other people's channels about, well, Dream's great, but his stans are just super toxic. I've seen plenty of commentary channels trying to make videos about how horrible my stans are and how horrible stans are in general. And so I guess this is just pretty much my response to all of those videos and comments. And if you came to this video expecting me to talk about how I have too many stalkers and how stans suck, you will be leaving disappointed. But maybe with a different perspective. I encourage anybody who thinks that to just listen to me, hear me out, let's have a conversation. So there's a few things that stans are generally known for. They usually have their profile picture as a picture of their favorite creator, their social media names might involve that creator, and they generally tweet a lot or keep close update on what their favorite creators are doing. Now, a lot of people use this to say that stans are obsessive and that it's gross or stalker behavior. And I mean, of course, there's a small subset of actual stalker fans that do things that I wouldn't like or that are creepy, but that's not stans as a whole. The group of people that call themselves dream stans or stans of any creator are just extremely enthusiastic fans. I understand how somebody that isn't a creator might feel creepy if someone does this to them, like if they had a profile picture with your face on it or something. But to a creator, it's no different to a celebrity or a football player or any popular figure. I'm a big football fan, and when I was younger, I had posters, I had shoes, I had jerseys of my favorite players. I watched all the behind the scenes videos, I watched all their games. My profile picture on Twitter was my favorite player waving the flag of my favorite team. And I looked up to a lot of players, and most importantly, I loved talking to other people about my favorite team, especially people who also loved that team because we could talk for hours. And I know almost every sports fan can relate to this or even currently does it. But does it sound familiar? That's almost exactly what stans are to me or to another creator. Now, of course, that didn't make me obsessive. It made me human. And when you like something a lot, you like to spend more time involving that thing that you like. You talk about it, you tell other people about it, and you try to spend as much time involving it as you can because you enjoy it and it makes you happy. That's what I did with sports when I sat every Saturday from 9 a.m. until 4 in the morning watching football and watching all the different teams and analyzing what would happen and talking about my favorite players and who's going to win the Heisman and, whatever else. And I know if you're not into sports, you may not understand that, but I'm sure there's something that you feel the same way about. It may not be a real person. It may have been when you were a kid with SpongeBob or Batman or some other fictional character that you look up to, but the point is that you looked up to them and that you really enjoyed that thing. But that's exactly what stans do. So yes, they probably care way more about a Minecraft YouTuber than you could ever imagine yourself to, but that doesn't mean there's not something else that you care a lot about that they couldn't imagine caring about as much as you. But obviously, there's some fans that take it way too far. That's definitely true, but it's a very, very small amount. And you usually have to go looking for them if you want to find them. But there's actually way more haters that take it too far, and usually in a much, much worse way. I've had people try and find my address, spam my comment section, send me death threats, and so much more, but not from stans, just from people who really, really don't like me. At this point, I see 1,000 times more comments about how terrible dream stans are than I see dream stans, like in general, like just in comment sections. Like I see not even just toxic dream stans, but dream stans in general. And I mean, of course, again, there's obviously specific examples of toxic fans. They do exist, but we shouldn't brand all stans as creepy or bad just because 0.00001% of actual toxic fans. I know there's a lot of examples that people have used in the past in videos to say, here's some stalker fans stalking Dream. So I'm going to talk about them real quick. I'm sure I won't mention them all, but the ones that I remember. So there was a Twitter account created that was called Dream GPS, and it tweeted out supposed GPS locations of where I was at every moment. So someone made a YouTube video about it that blew up that said my stans were trying to find me and that they were being extreme stalkers. But this actually wasn't the case at all. The Twitter account turned out to be a joke, but the replies to the tweets from this account were spammed by stans saying to report it and that the account was horrible. And because of the reports, the account got taken down before I even knew about it. And I've seen this happen on many, many occasions where the stans actually are preaching something very good to a hater or another stan that's doing something wrong. But there was another video that talked extensively about how my fans were trying to find out what I look like, and they were pressuring me into doing a face reveal. But again, this just isn't true. I've definitely been stalked before, but not by stans. I've had dream haters try and find out where I live and what I look like, but I've only seen dream stans trying to stop them, replying to people that even mentioned me face revealing, saying to not pressure me, and just generally being extremely supportive. So the main problem is just that people see that someone calls themselves a stan and automatically shun them and say that they're stalkers. Or they see somebody supporting me and then they label them as a stan, making that person want to go, no, I'm not a stan, I'm just a fan, which makes it seem like a bad thing to be a stan. I mean, a lot of Dream haters attack anyone who says anything positive about me at all as a Dream stan. If they say I'm a good Minecraft player, they get shot down and made fun of and told that I'm actually not that good. And I mean, a lot of Technoblade fans or just Dream haters see anyone calling me better than Techno or just one of the best Minecraft players as toxic stans, which just isn't true. Going back to my sports example, I know I've had plenty of arguments with people about how one player is better than another, especially the players that I like. It may be biased, but it's natural. I mean, if you're a big fan of somebody, you know all of their strengths. You know everything about them. You're more likely to think that they're better than they actually are. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're wrong. Could, but it definitely doesn't mean that you're toxic. It just means you're a little biased in your opinion, which is fine. I mean, it's fine to be biased. You're biased towards the people and the things you like, and that's just natural. I think that wraps up a lot of the things that are brought up consistently, but obviously there's some others. But almost every single thing that I see brought up regarding stans is just completely false or very, very out of context. I don't agree with everything my fans do, obviously, and if they overstep boundaries, I tell them that I didn't like what they did. I tell them it made me uncomfortable. And you can see that on my Twitter as recently as a few days ago. But when I tell them, they stop because they genuinely care about me and look up to me. And why would they want to make me upset? But the people who don't like me, they don't care and they don't stop. So it makes it much worse. And that is a huge difference between Dream haters and Dream stans. Should they be doing things that make me say to stop in the first place? No, everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect, especially not me. And you know what I say? I say like who you like, don't like who you don't like, but don't generalize a huge group of tens of thousands of people just because of one out of context tweet you probably saw. Let people look up to who they want to look up to. Shouldn't bother you, but if it does, that's fine. Just ignore it, move on. Just like you would if someone said they liked ketchup on their broccoli. Sure, think it's weird, but I'm sure there's something that you like that I think is just as weird. So the word stan doesn't mean stalker fan. As much as you can Google the definition and say it does, my stans are a group of amazing, incredible, creative people that are some of the most supportive people on the planet. If you don't like them, that's fine. That doesn't make them bad people. I could have not made this video, but I thought there was actually a lot of people that genuinely just assume that Dream stans are bad and that I don't even like my stans. And so by making this, I guess I'm hoping to inform people that may be on the edge or may not know much about it and help them understand, I guess. But if you clicked on this video expecting me to hate on stans, I really hope I changed your mind or at least adjusted your opinion slightly. And if I didn't, that's fine. I'm sure I'll probably end up making another video about this at some point, but for now, genuinely, thank you guys for all the support. And don't let anyone convince you that something you genuinely enjoy is weird, because they are weird for caring so much about what you enjoy. And speaking of enjoyment, I hope you guys enjoyed. I have a lot of videos coming out soon on my main channel, and I have some second channel videos as well. Stay tuned for that. If you want to subscribe, hit the subscribe button. I love you guys. I will see you guys soon.